talk about why we don't want to knee-jerk into solving people's problems that are farther out into the system. If I'm a leader of leaders, the level I need to lead through is the level that reports to me. So I'm going to solve problems at that level, but I'm going to listen as far out until I get to that frontline group. And then as needed, keep listening up to the layers above that to find the patterns that point back to me. Always wanting to find where I am a part of the problem. It's very tempting to want to solve that problem right then, right there, immediately. Now, it's okay to come all the way back up to your leaders and say, this is urgent and I need this solved. But it's not okay unless obviously there's a safety or there's some kind of a violation that's that urgent. Otherwise, when you're listening to the system, you want to be very, very careful not to knee-jerk by what you hear, but to move rapidly at the same time. So there's a balance. Don't knee-jerk into what you hear. Take what you're hearing, assimilate the patterns, and then come back up to your level of leadership and start to lead down differently. Oftentimes, these gaps will point to development issues. We often take for granted that you go through initial leadership training, and then after that, you kind of are supposed to learn how to lead at your level on your own. You now lead at the appropriate level, but how do you also do that rapidly? Well, you need to make your expectations clear. Development work isn't going to be an overnight process. I need to have some level of urgency around that development. So I'm going to talk about what they're thinking, why they're thinking that. I'm going to create some expectations around timelines, all while maintaining psychological safety with that leader. Okay, all of it's important. So that's just one of the things. And remember how I said it's not linear, that's one of the components. Now another component is solving the actual problem that we saw. We need to be talking about this problem. So that's how we start to filter through the layers, is through conversation about the problem and being very clear how we jointly are going to work together to solve that problem. And over time, when they see this pattern coming back and forth from me, they're gonna know, okay, she's gonna come out here and she's gonna listen and she's gonna hear problems. And she's going to expect us to become a partner in solving them. If I go in and I solve their problems for them, they're all waiting for me to show up to come solve their problems. I get overly busy and I can't keep up. 5 years down the road, because I'm poorly developing people, I can't keep up with it, I start to lose their faith and we become victims of a system where, yeah, our leaders hear about problems, but they don't solve them. In a system where I'm developing people to solve their own problems, we get lots of problem solvers. And when they see me coming, they're eager to tell me how they're working to solve their problems and where they're stuck and where there's barriers and where they need some help. In all cases, listening should not point to judgment. If I go out and I come back with judgment on what I'm hearing, that's eventually going to shut the door. People are not going to want me to come around. This is where the soft skills start to really come into play. I have to be able to listen in a way that makes people want to keep coming back. That means I have to keep that environment very, very safe. With what is shared is not leading to knee-jerk reactions and judgment coming from me. I'm nurturing. I'm always wanting to be in a nurturing posture when I'm listening to the system.